Hello, Libra. I hope that you guys are doing well. Welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look at the person on your mind, and we will see how they are doing in your absence. So let's go ahead and see what they're portraying to people. We have the Seven of Wands reversed, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like somebody who's not really fighting it anymore, I feel. They're just like, oh, well, I'm not going to fight for this. Like, that's what they're showing people, and that's how people are perceiving them. Not going to fight for this. I'm not going to compete for Libra's love anymore, even if they weren't doing that. I'm just going to let go of the wheel. Whatever happens, happens. It's like they're portraying that they're of a higher mind when it comes to this connection specifically. The Five of Wands. Like, I think about the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. Okay. And so in astrology, most of the time when Jupiter touches another planet, right, or a point, it emphasizes either the sign that it's in, makes it bigger, makes it more, whoa, Um, and if it touches a planet, it really makes that planet a little bit louder, right? Almost like a focal point, kind of. And I feel like because this is Jupiter connected to that Five of Wands, it feels like this person has made quite a fuss about this connection, either publicly or certain things that they said, because people are looking at them like they're in their ego about it. They're still in their ego about it, or they're still conflicted regardless. They're still portraying themselves as, it's all good, you know. But they seem to be involved in some kind of drama. I feel like they're hurt underneath the surface, like, and people may believe that they're hurt under the surface. Like they're hurt that you're not giving them attention, maybe, or that this essentially failed. But they're showing up like, well, I'm just not going to fight for this anymore. I'm not going to keep defending myself, or, I'm just not going to do it. That's kind of the vibe. And this person is acting a little bit happy-go-lucky, like everything is going right for them and everything's wonderful. And maybe it is, I don't know this person, but it does seem like people are viewing them as quite conflicted about things. The Eight of Cups, the Devil reversed, conflicted about walking away. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Now, keep in mind, this is just how they're portraying themselves and how others are perceiving them by your absence. So people are looking at this person like, okay, a Libra's person is clearly conflicted about walking away, but they're coming to an understanding that either Libra's toxic or they're stuck in a toxic pattern or whatever, and they may need to do some soul searching because a secret could have come out, and they feel like something was a lot to handle. Like something was a lot to handle. Can you tell me about that Five of Wands? The Ace of Pentacles. This is, do I start brand new with Libra or do I walk? Do I put in the effort or do I walk? That's kind of their little conundrum here. And that's a difficult place to be. I know some of you are like, they put themselves there. I get it. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, they do admire you, but they may feel like it would be a wasted effort, or they're being really critical of themselves, thinking that like maybe something isn't worth it, or maybe they're not, or so let's see what their real feelings are for you, what they're really feeling about it, what they really want. The Eight of Wands reverse. Page of Pentacles reverse. They feel like something would be for nothing. And I know that sounds incredibly harsh, but it's like something would be for nothing, something. And they may be kind of bored of trying to, or feeling like they keep trying to force something that isn't really working anyway. And they're just kind of like, oh God, it's like when you keep pouring your efforts into something and it's just like, you know, well, this is kind of a bottomless pit, right? I feel like this might be a woman. So Libra, if you're a feminine, this might be you. But take it how you'd like. I'm not going to focus on cross-watcher reads. So this person really just doesn't trust you. Like they don't trust you. They don't trust the situation. They feel like their efforts would once again be for nothing. And they're just disappointed. They're disappointed. Why doesn't this person trust Libra? Ten of Cups. I told you. The Ten of Cups reverse can be like where we keep trying to pour love into something that we thought was our ideal, but nothing is happening. It's going nowhere. I feel like they're really tired. Tell me about that Four of Cups. Tell me about that Four of Cups. Whoa, I'll take them. The Emperor reversed, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Swords. This person may feel like you have a wounded inner child that you really need to take care of. Okay. For others of you, this is somebody who feels like you think that you deserve something that you don't, or this person is disappointed because they feel like you just don't see them, or you're just incredibly entitled, immature, petulant. And the thing is that they're still like trying to love you through it, right? Whether this is true or not, but they're still trying to love you through it. And they maybe even tried to heal you at some point, but now they're kind of at this point where they just feel like, well, you're indifferent to my love. So like, what is the point? Because they feel like you can't detach, like how they see it is they feel like you can't detach from some kind of petty emotion that has got you guys here. Like you keep making decisions without changed behavior. What's that Eight of Wands reverse? This person may feel like they have to block you. The Ace of Wands reverse is like the card that I get embarrassed about talking about, just because it's like sometimes it's when somebody is getting the ick, you know, or where something that occurred caused another person to be unattracted. Doesn't mean that you are unattractive, but I know I've done things that have made people be like, ugh, well, you were pretty until you opened your mouth, or whatever, right? So like I get it, but I think that something was said, or even like the absence of a conversation is what gave them the ick, something like that. And for some of you, this person may have felt like you tried to force something or pressure them or cross like some kind of boundary that made them maybe uncomfortable. Oh, now we're getting to a weird. Okay. Let's see how this person is coping with your absence, Libra. How is this person coping with Libra's absence? The Seven of Swords. So you can see it. I love this Seven of Swords. It's so cool. Whoops. The Queen of Wands reversed. Ooh. you know, when like, have you ever felt like jealous or angry about somebody and you knew, for instance, like if you asked about this person or you asked about or you looked at someone's social media, you know it would just you know that there'd be something on there that would piss you off more. It's like this person is trying to avoid feeling like that. They feel like you did something to serve your ego and tried to hide it. So whether that was like, I don't know, maybe they feel like you had a conversation with a person online, or maybe they feel like, I don't know, you were watching porn or something and it like fed your ego. I don't know, but it was like a secret that kind of came out, or something that they feel like you kind of lied about. And so they're honestly they're not over it, but I feel like they're just trying to, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other is kind of their vibe. And so this is somebody who's trying to avoid like losing their on you, to be fair. Can you tell me more about that? Ooh, can you tell me more about that Seven of Swords? Okay, well, I just don't want all of those cards. Tell me about the Nine of Swords. Yeah, they don't want the worry. They don't want the, this person like does not want the stress. They're like, I'm avoiding it at all costs. I don't want none of that. Like that's kind of where they're at. I mean, let's see. Tell me about that death reversed. Yeah, they are still holding on, right? They're still holding on. They're having a hard time ending it for real, okay? But it's something that once again they just feel like, "Oh my God, I can't handle this." Like it feels like a burden that they really can't take on. It's like a overwhelming kind of feeling and they don't want to feel that way. So let's see where this is headed. Ooh, we have the Three of Wands reversed, the Ace of Cups. Oh, okay. The High Priestess. Whoa. I feel like that's this person. Okay, King of Pentacles and the Fool. Wow. What's that Three of Wands reversed? The Magician reversed. So we have the Three of Wands reversed clarified by the Magician reversed. However, we do have the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, and the Fool. Okay. So we have a divine feminine in her power with a lot of love to offer, intuition on point, and we have a masculine here who may be trying to commit, who may be trying to show up and provide something more, to let go of an old way and truly show up as a stable, healthy person. And the feminine here has a lot to offer. Tell me about that High Priestess. I do feel like there's healing here because I saw that Eight of Swords reversed and the Three of Swords, or the was it the Eight of Swords reversed and the Three of Swords reversed at the bottom of the deck? So I feel like there may be healing here, but I do feel like there's still a pretty good deal of pain or heartbreak around this. I feel like they're letting their guard down, this person, but it doesn't mean that they're stupid. It means that they're listening to their intuition. They may be letting you in, showing up with something to offer. And I feel like you may be committing to this person when it's all said and done. There is some frustration and some self-doubt, I think, on both sides. But I will say this person is likely to be very, they're not going to tell you everything they're thinking. Like it doesn't mean that they're hiding anything like that. Like nothing nefarious, but it's something that is, they're very observant, and they're going to kind of watch you like a hawk kind of thing to see what you're doing or what's going on. So advice for you is nothing is yet set in stone, and then water. Well, water is quite fluid, stone is not. So I feel like where this relationship is going to go is fully dependent upon how much you're willing to share, how much vulnerability you're willing to offer, how much compassion you're willing to bear or not. And so that's why it says nothing is yet set in stone. It's what you decide to make it, is what it's telling you. Okay. So it's whatever you want, Libra. So, Libra, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website at violettaalexis.com. If you enjoy poetry and or creative writing, you can head over to my YouTube channel called Where Dead Flowers Bloom, and you can subscribe there and check out my stuff. All of the information is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Libra, and obviously the best of luck to you. Talk soon. Bye for now.